Hey everybody, it's George Trombley. This is Japanese from Zero, and we are continuing to go through Japanese from Zero Book 4, the book I released right before my masterpiece, the Pink Book, Japanese from Zero Book 5, one of my best books. Not trying to sell you, trust me, but you should check it out. Here we go. This is Japanese from Zero, Course 4, Lesson 10. We're going to be talking about a very, very powerful grammar. It is kunaru. All of the lessons are based on what we teach in the book, but I do feel like we're going to go a little bit further than we normally do in this video, which sometimes happens. And remember, all of our lessons are also available on From Zero. The new From Zero is very much more an advanced website compared to what the old YesJapan.com was, for those of you that know about it. So definitely check it out. We have quizzes for every lesson. We have games. We have the video vault. It's a bunch of fun. Check it out. All right, here we go. So let's do a little bit of review before we get into this. So naru means to become. We learned this in book 3, I believe. It's just a very simple word, to become. It's very simple. It can be used with na adjectives in this way, ni naru. So for example, you could say, I want to be a pilot. Pairoto ni naru, to become a pilot, to become a pilot. If you want to get pretty with a na adjective, you could say, kirei ni naru, kirei ni naru, okay? All right. We can also use it with e adjectives. And what I'm calling the tainai form, we've never done this before. I've never called it this, but I realize that's what you could call it. I could say any verb that ends in an E, any form that ends in an E, you can do this to it. But really, it's just tai and nai. That's all there is. Anytime you have tai and nai on the verb, you can use it there too. And the way you do it is you drop the E and you add kunaru. We're going to talk about this in video 1. And then in video 2, we're going to talk about how the tai and nai forms work, because they're just a slightly different vibe to those. So nouns and adjectives is just directly adding ni naru to it. Now, how do you determine if something is an e adjective? There's one simple way. If it ends in a hiragana e, it's an e adjective. If it ends in an e, but that's a kanji in the e, it's most likely going to be a na adjective. Now, most na adjectives don't have an e at the end, but there are a few, and I always bring up kirei as the example. It's kirei ni naru. But all other adjectives, you can't do that. Sensei ni naru means to become a teacher. Hitsuyo ni naru. Now, hitsuyo is a na adjective. We're just going to say hitsuyo ni naru. We don't have to use the na at all. Hitsuyo ni naru means it will become necessary. Well, maybe you say, oh, well, you don't need that right now. Yeah. Hitsuyo ni naru. It will become necessary. Otosan ni naru no ga yume desu. Maybe you are a young man and you love children. Why you love children? I don't know. They're very difficult to raise. But let's say you do. You still love them. Becoming a father is your dream. So we could take this otosan ni naru and make it into a noun phrase, saying otosan ni naru, to become a father. What about it? Otosan ni naru no ga yume desu. It's my dream. And hayaku otona ni natte kudasai. Here we are using the te form. We're doing a request. Please, hayaku. You might say this to your child that you dreamed having. You might say this 27, 28 years after their birth. You might be going, could you, hayaku otona ni natte kudasai? Could you please quickly become an adult? I forgot my, look, I don't have any furigana here. This is otona. Otona. All right, moving on. So now let's talk about ikunaru, right? Where it's E form. To kunaru, you just drop the E. Any E adjective that ends in an E in hiragana, pure hiragana, is going to be how you know it's an E adjective. If it's got kanji, two kanji, it's not an E adjective. It's a na adjective. Here's another fun fact. Any foreign origin word adjectives are na adjectives. Like sexy is sexy. Maybe if you said karafuru, to say colorful, that would be karafuru na. Sexy na. Those are not adjectives. So if you wanted to say, I want to become sexy, you'd say sexy ni naritai, because it's a na adjective. All right. Here we go. Atsui. You know, it is the end of the world, everybody. It has been very, very hot. Matter of fact, apparently it's been the hottest it's ever been since we've been recording. So maybe someone 20 years ago said, hey, you know what's going to happen in 2023, guys? Atsuku naru. It's going to become hot. Atsuku naru, to become hot. I don't know. This is out of order. Let's roll with it. Hosoi. Hosoi means thin, okay? So 細くなる. I promise you, I'm going to work out every day and I'm going to 細くなる, become thin. うまい. うまい can mean tasty or skillful, right? So maybe you could say, oh, my Japanese is going to become skillful. 日本語が上手くなる. Moving on. Here's our example sentence. What does this mean? I'm going to give you guys moments in the chat that are watching live. What does 来月から電気代が高くなります? What does that mean? 来月から電気代が高くなります. What is 電気代? 電気代. You'll hear 代 added to a bunch of things. 電車代, there's 電車代. So it's the cost of something. So it's 電気代, the cost of electricity. Okay? 来月から from next month 電気代が no one has said the answer yet, probably because of the delay. 高くなります. From next month, there we go. Nanj says next month's power bill will become high. It's going to get high. It's going to get expensive, right? From next month, electricity is going up. That's what you would be probably a good natural translation, right? Electricity bill is going up next month. It's going to become takai. It's going to get expensive next month. I was just on the Nextdoor app. It's like an app where the people that live in your zip code, in your area, they're all talking about stuff. And someone literally just said, wow, Nevada Power, my bill's almost 40% more expensive. This is crazy. Unacceptable. So really what happened was, 電気代が高くなりました. Past tense. It got expensive, right? Okay. The electricity bill is going to increase next month. It's also another good example. Okay, moving on. レン君はかっこよくなりました. Here's the scenario. You have a friend named Ren. You haven't seen him in a while. Then you saw him. Wow. Maybe you say this to him directly, using his name to refer to him, like Japanese love to do. Instead of saying you say Ren-kun, like in the third person. It's a very common thing that they do. Or you're talking to another friend that knows Ren mutually. What do you think they're saying? Give yourself a moment. Ren-kun wa kakoyoku narimashita. Crouching Shiva says, Ren glowed up. I love it. I love that that is a very modern way to say Ren got cool. Okay? You've become handsome. Ren-kun has become cool. These are all good examples. Yes, these are all good. Kakuyoku narimashita. In other words, he got better. He's more cool than he used to be. We don't know what he did, but damn, he looked good. All right? Ren has become cool or good looking. All right? Kakkoyoku narimashita. 日本語が上手くなりたいです。これはどういう意味ですか? What does this mean? 日本語が上手くなりたいです. Are you seeing how flexible we can be with these? We're taking that naru and we're putting it in future tense, will become. We're putting it in past tense, did become. And now we're putting it in want to do form. So I want my Japanese to become good. I want to become good in Japanese. I want to become better, right? At Japanese also works as a translation. All right. Next one is a blank screen where I show you all of the things that we can do in this format. I think we're going to use hosokunaru, hosoi the whole time, okay? So you've got hosokunaru, I will get thin, future tense. Just look at how powerful this grammar is. Hosokunatta, I got thin. Hosoku naranai, it's not going to happen. I won't get thin. Hosoku naranai. Hosoku naranakatta, it didn't happen. I didn't get thin. Hosoku nareru, you can do it. You can get thing. You can get thing. Sorry, that's a typo. You can get thin. Hosoku nareru. Hosoku nareta. I was able to get thin. Now we're using I for all of these, but it could have been you depending on who the topic was. It could be talking about her mother. It could be talking about Jennifer, whoever, and we could be talking about them. If they're the topic, then it would have been she can get thin, or she was able to get thin. I was able to get thin. We're just using I as a default here, okay? Remember that really, really good fundamental rule, okay? If there wasn't an established topic and you say something without watashi wa, which you don't need normally, it's you. You're talking about yourself, I. But if I'm asking a question and we haven't established a topic, then it's you. We're talking to the person in front of us, okay? So for example, let's say I made this into a question. How do we make informal statements into questions? How do we make all of these, as a matter of fact? What's one thing we can do? What one character can we add to all of these to make them into a question?
I'll take an answer anytime I can get it.
You guys got this. You got it.
Yeah, I really think you guys are going to be able to do this.
Yes. Add no to the end. 細くなるの? Are you going to get thin? Now it's, are you going to get thin? 細くなったの? Did you get thin? 細くならないの? You're not getting thin? 細くならなかったの? You didn't get thin? Okay. Now someone said ka. 細くなるか? Yes, that would make it a question, but it's very vulgar feeling. 細くなるか? And it also is incredulous. You're going to get thin? Ha! 細くなるか? 細くなったか? Have you gotten thin? You got thin? Did you? Wait until you understand the nuance of putting ka on the end of an informal statement. Don't do it. It's no, okay? Let's keep moving on. 細くなれない. What a defeatist attitude. 細くなれない. You can do it. ダメ. 細くなれない. I can't get thin. It's a sickness. It's called I eat Oreoitis every day. 細くなれなかった. I tried, but 細くなれなかった. I couldn't get thin. 細くなりたい. I want to get thin. I want to get thin. 細くなりたかった. I wanted to get thin. But you know what? I couldn't. 細くなれなかった. 細くなりたかったけど、結局、細くなれなかった. I wanted to get thin, but in the end, I couldn't get thin. You could say that. Any format you can do with naru, you can do in this format. You're really just putting an adjective in front and modifying it. It's really taking an adjective and making it into like a verb, right? Hosoi means thin as an adjective, but hosoku naru means to get thin. So it's kind of cool. All right. Now we're going to go English and back. So I'm going to give you a moment to think about this. I got sad because I got fired. Don't let the order of the sentence fool you. Japanese and English are different. So you can't say, I got sad first. Because Japanese puts the cause and then the result. Whereas English can do either. Because I got fired, I got sad. You could say that in English. Or you could say I got sad because I got fired. You could say I got fired, so I got sad. We could do that too. So, what do we got? Here we go. Philip says, クビになったから悲しくなった. Very, very perfect. クビになったから Did you see this slide ahead of time? That's very good. That's very good. クビになったから悲しくなりました. Okay. Good job. I'm very impressed that you knew to put the reason in that informal format before the kara. It would be weird. It would sound a little bit weird to say kubi ni narimashita kara. It's a little bit weird. Okay. It doesn't sound as natural. Kanashiku narimashita. Now, the kanashiku narimashita could have been informal. Kanashiku natta. And that would have made the entire sentence informal. Right now, we're polite because we have narimashita. The final verb is what determines the politeness of a sentence. Okay. All right. I'm surprised that cars have become this expensive. Now, this is a very grammar stacked sentence. I'm going to give you a moment. Consider all the parts. This expensive is the one I think you're going to trip up on. I'm surprised that cars have become this expensive. Let's see if you can do it. There's a little bit of time. There's a little bit of time for the delay. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised because look at all the problems we've had after Corona. Chips are not there. There's these dealers that are trying to just make as much money as they can with this greedflation. It's crazy. All right. Nanj says, I don't know enough vocabulary for this one. Ah, yes. Davor Mandik. I should have read that in my head first. 車は高くなったからびっくりしました. You have proven my prediction that you would get stuck on the this expensive. What you have said is, because cars have gotten expensive, I'm surprised. Or I'm surprised cars have gotten expensive. 車が高くなったからびっくりしました. Nope. Okay. Crouching Shiba says, 自動車がこんな高くなった. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting very close. 自動車 means automobile. こんな. Close. You're grammatically wrong. You got a mistake. All right, here we go. Jeff Harrison. Jeff, 車は高くなったからびっくりした. Also good. Yes. But, again, you're saying because the car got expensive, I'm surprised. Ah, here we go. Ben-san says, 車はこんなに高くなるのが. Ah, so close. びっくりしています. I'm surprised that cars will become this expensive, is what you said. You got this part right. こんなに is right. But remember, they've already become expensive. So you can't say 高くなるのが. Because なるのが is a verb turned into a noun phrase. Cars becoming this expensive? I'm surprised. It's a weird sentence. Jaquavius Peterson says, 車はこんなに高く. Oh, so close. 高くになった. No. You never need the ni with 高くなる. Ni naru is only for not adjectives and nouns. Never for e adjectives. Okay? It's くなる. And then you said 信じられない. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. Great phrase, but not. I'm surprised. But hey, let's talk about this just for 2 seconds. If you couldn't remember びっくりしました, then say 信じられない. That's fine. I would rather you say what you can say, not what you want to say. If you're ever in a moment where you don't know what to say, just search your brain for something that you can say. Your main goal is keep the conversation going. Imagine your chat GPT and you have an abundance of confidence and you have to spit out the next line while the person that made the request is watching. You can't go, give me a second to think about it. Your chat GPT. Whatever word sounds better next that you understand, say it. If you make a mistake, you'll learn from it. Remember, you can always say, hey, I'm an advanced language learning model, and with that, I don't understand things. It's actually, by the way, in book 4. So if you're watching the videos in a row, you probably already saw this. こんなに. It's demonstrative. It's こんなに. I think we got 2 people that nailed it. We've got Gamer AI says, 車はこんなに高くなってびっくりしました. Lucas Berger says, 車が instead of a はこんなに高くなったに驚いた. Oh, dang it. I see the attempt there. That was a good attempt. Here's the actual answer. 車がこんなに高くなったこと. Oh, that isn't what that's also a good one, but that's not what I thought we were doing. I thought we were doing こんなに高くなってびっくりした. But we could say, this is Kaneko's sentence, not mine, so it's legit. 車がこんなに高くなったことに. So, Lucas Berger, you were close to this one. こんなに高くなったことに. The fact, right, that cars have gotten this expensive, I am surprised. So again, I want to reiterate. I was thinking, 車がこんなに高くなってびっくりしました. So you can get rid of the ことに. The te form, used that way, if you say blah, 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 te, that becomes the reason. And then the result is びっくりしました, right? So for example, what happens when you get hot? You sweat. So I could say, 熱くなって, it got hot, and as a result, 汗が出ました. Sweat came out. Let's not overthink it. Te form is the best way. I probably should have changed this. But this is the thing that Kanako does. She's trying to use grammar that we already used. And we taught this grammar, I think, a video or so back. So she's rehashing it. So 車がこんなに高くなったことに that's the thing that you got surprised about. Real life usage. Here we go. いや、でかくなったな. This is from X or Twitter. いや、でかくなったな. 最近体重測ってないけど、太ってるかな? Bonus because kana is used here too, which is also a course 4 word. いや、でかくなったな. でかい means huge. いや、whoa, でかくなったな. This guy really got big. 最近体重測ってないけど太ってるかな? I haven't measured the body weight recently, but I wonder if he's fat. 太ってるかな? Look at that blue tongue. All right. Lucas Berger asks, is it 驚いた or びっくりした? Either works. 驚いた. 驚いた feels like a little bit higher level than like a little bit more like shocked. 驚く. 驚く. Shock. More, surprised. びっくり is just maybe surprise. Okay. I don't think you would translate びっくり as shocked. That's my initial reaction. I welcome the debate in the comments from the people that do this.
Actually.
Or this one.
I'm Japanese and we don't say it that way.
That's my favorite one. History of Football says, does George actually do that voice or he has a filter?
No, I actually do all the voices.
I do all the voices.
Excuse me, you in the back. I'm going to need to have you sit down, sir.
I don't think I need to sit down.
He told you to sit down.
I have a voice changer. Moving on. This one, I can't tell you how excited I was because she's so cool. I sent her a tweet. I said, your tweet is so perfect for this thing I'm teaching right now. Can I use it? She said, yes. So she says, 最初は引き締めて細くなりたかったはずなのに lot of grammar stacking in here. 今はでかくなりたい. Now, I don't expect you to understand all of this, but if you want to take some notes, I'll give it to you. 最初は in the beginning, 引き締める. I wanted to like tighten up. 引き締める, like, not up here, but I can't show you my stomach. Like, imagine I'm doing that on my stomach, okay? So she wanted to, 細くな, she, 引き締める was her goal. To tighten up and get thin. 細くなりたかったはずなのに, it was supposed to be that I was going to tighten up and wanted to be thin. That's what it was supposed to be. Even though that's what it was. 今は now でかくなりたい. I want to get big. She wants muscles, right? So look at her. How cool is she? And you can actually go to her and find her if you want to. This is her at Aya Cosplay. She has a bunch of cosplay stuff. Can it do a Dogen voice? Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Dogen.
Here's my Dogen voice.
弟が私の弟が来ました。皆さん、今日はですね、おみだかについて話がしたいと思います。私の奥様と話をしましたが、やっぱりおみだかっていうのが一番難しいということなので、ここでちょっと5分くらいかけておみだかに集中したいと思います。
That is my maybe cut from the video, maybe not cut from the video Dogen impression. If you know who Dogen is, that was funny to you. If you don't know who Dogen is, he teaches something called kote accento, pitch accent, okay? Where it tells you when to hit a inflection point in your Japanese. It might be valuable to you. I don't think it's super valuable, but caveat. When I'm recording the Japan story time and I'm saying words all by themselves, my wife does hit me up and say, you got to hit the pitch accent better. So it's not unimportant, but I've always stated if you are an announcer for NHK or a radio personality, your Japanese should have the proper pitch accent. As a Japanese teacher, I should also have the proper pitch accent. Okay. Do I always have it? No, for sure. That's why if you listen to that story, you'll hear it be like, and then the man turned to me and he said, blah, 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 blah. It's a completely different sound profile because I had to re-record it. Okay. I don't remember the exact wording. This was what I sent to her. I said, はじめまして。くなるって文法を教えるのに、あやさんのツイートが ぴったり合いますが、レッスンに使ってもいいですか? I just wanted to show you that even I use Japanese to do my job, right? So if you want to really get good at Japanese, the best thing you can do, two really good things you can do, listen, watch a lot of Japanese, but also you gotta speak it. Please, please, please don't wait to speak it, because that will be the thing that hurts you the most, in my opinion, is you'll know Japanese, but you won't be able to speak it because you never worked those muscles out. Please learn from Aya. If you want to get dekai, if you want to get big, でかくなりたいなら、日本語が上手くなりたいなら, if you want to get good in Japanese, you have to use it. But what this says is, nice to meet you. In order to teach the grammar kunaru, Aya-san's tweet matches it perfectly. Can I use it in my lesson? And she said, はじめまして, star. どうぞ使ってください. Please use it. So everyone, please, if you want to help the channel, go say hi to Aya and say, I saw your tweet about kunaru bunpo. Thank you. Remember, fromzero.com, please go check it out. You can get a free account on there. You can see a few of the lessons. And if you like it, it's like $12 a month. It's a pretty good deal. And you get access to everything. And you get access to a teacher that you can send a question to. I was going to say a live teacher. That's coming. There will be live classes on From Zero at a reduced rate if you're a member of fromzero.com. So check that out. And of course, check out the books. That's it, guys. I'll see you on the next video, which is part 2 of Kunaru, where we work with verbs. See you then. Bye-bye. じゃあね